What's good? What's good? I'm back. Triple P, Paul Pickett podcast. Just got a new cut. First podcast I did without the hat. I usually always wear hats. Excuse me, I'm a little bit sweaty. Just got back from doing my morning walk. Got to exercise every day. Been working over 10 years behind a computer, and I'm getting that computer gut. This is Paul Pickett podcast, episode 33. Don't forget my audio version goes to Spotify, Apple, Deezer, Amazon, TuneIn, Slacker, iHeartRadio. The video version goes to YouTube, Facebook, and my Instagram pages. And hit that click now, subscribe button in the right-hand corner. It's going to be a short one. Ain't much really talk about Game 2, NBA Finals. Suns up 2-0. Bucks can't figure out that pick and roll, which that pick and roll is like that Stockton and Malone pick and roll. So it's going to be tough to figure out. Chris Middleton is just – this is the thing, man. Chris Middleton is not a 1 or a 2. He's a Chris Bosh. He's a Kevin Love. He's a 3. And the problem with the Bucks is Chris Middleton's a 1 if he's going to close the game out. But he's not a 1 at dominating the game. Giannis is a 1 at dominating the game, but a 2 at closing it out. Chris Middleton is a 1 at closing it out, but a 2 at dominating the game. And Drew Holiday is just really a great defender. He's a good scorer. He's not a great scorer. He's a good scorer and a great defender. And, I mean, he could play point guard, 2 guard, probably small forward, you know. He could play 3 positions. He could probably guard three positions pretty easily. But they don't really got that number 1 guy on there. I mean, when you think about it, you know, when Chris Paul gets older, Devin Booker is definitely going to become a number 1, and DeAndre Ayton's probably going to be a number 2, and then they'll be looking for that number 3. But right now, Devin Booker's a legit number 2, a legit solid number 2, and Ayton as your number 3 is a legit solid number 3. I mean, like, that's the thing. The Bucks don't have a legit number 1 and a legit number 2. They just got 2 number 2s really, and a 3. They got 2 2s and a 3. You know, they got no real number 1. You know what I'm saying? Just because of the simple fact, you just can't put – Giannis is supposed to be your number 1, and you just can't put the ball in his hands at the end of the game and say, take us to the promised lands. But you could do that with Chris Paul, and you could do that with Devin Booker right now. You could just put the ball in their hands and say, take us to the promised land. Because Devin Booker's an assassin on scoring, and Chris Paul is an assassin facilitator. And Chris Paul can put up 30 or 40 on a given night if he wants to, too. But Chris Paul is a get everybody involved, a pure point guard, facilitator, you know, make everybody around him better guy, you know what I'm saying? And any real pure point guard, you know, makes everybody around him better. Like Mike Conley is a true pure point guard. He's a pure point guard. You know, he's pass first, shoot second, and probably pass first, play defense second, shoot third. You know, and not that Mike Conley can't score, because he's a pretty efficient scorer. When Mike Conley takes shots, he's pretty efficient. Mike Conley's not looking to be the guy that just takes all the shots. You know. And nowadays in the game, you got a lot of 2 guards and small forwards playing point guard, but none of those are ever really pure point guards. Except the only 2 guard or small forward playing point guard that's a pure point guard is LeBron James. That's it. LeBron James is always going to get his teammates involved. He's always going to look to get his teammates involved. You can't really say that so much with Kyrie Irving, Dame Lillard. You know, there's the Jamal Murray's of the world. These guys aren't pass first. Steph Curry's not pass first. You know, these guys aren't pass first, you know. So the Bucks, man, the Bucks better figure out that pick and roll And Chris Middleton and Giannis, Chris Middleton and Drew Holiday, they gotta step it up. I mean, now, all due respect, the Bucks can go back home and win the next 2 games. And then it's a series. But if Phoenix wins any one of these games in Milwaukee, it's over. It's a wrap. It's done. Phoenix wins 1 game on the road. It's done. It's over with. So Milwaukee has to win both of these games. And they need to win them convincingly. Very convincingly, they need to win these games. And if I'm Giannis, even if I lose this series, I'm not leaving the Bucks. I mean, Giannis can't say the Bucks have not done, like, they've made moves and done all they can for him. I mean, they got Drew Holiday, they got PJ Tucker. You know, what more can you ask for when they're not going to get no big free agent? Like, anybody who thinks that the Bucks should have got Giannis some big time free agent, it's bogus, false, fairy tale, imaginary, make believe. My favorite lines I love saying: bogus, fairy tale, imaginary, make believe. No small market team is getting a big franchise playing free agent. Star free agents don't go to small markets. Charlotte Hornet, the biggest free agent signing ever in the history of the Charlotte Hornets is Gordon Hayward. Is he a superstar? No. Before that, it was Al Jefferson from the Utah Jazz, who came from a small market, who doesn't get free agents to go to another small market only to get more money. That's the only reason he went to Charlotte, is to get more money. He went from one small market to another small market only because one small market paid him more money. But no big market teams were really wanting him. And the idea that, he wasn't a superstar. He was just a 2010 guy. He put up 2010 for 2 years at the Hornets, and that was it. He had knee injuries. Not saying Al Jefferson wasn't a baller, but injuries, shortened his career. And this idea that a small market team is going to get a big superstar to sign with them as a free agent, it doesn't happen. You got to trade for him. Like Phoenix traded for Chris Paul. Bucks traded for Drew Holiday and PJ Tucker. The Warriors drafted their core, but they traded for Iggy and Livingston. They're 2 core role players that helped them get over the hump. The final, you got to draft your main 2 or 3 if you're in a small market, and then your final pieces, you gotta figure out some trade scenarios to get them in. Because I'm just saying, you can't name no time in history of the NBA when a superstar player, superstar free agent player signed with a small market team. No, it's always been a big market team. The Heat signed Bosh and LeBron, and they took them from smaller market teams because Miami is a huge market. Miami is a big market. New York, LA, and Miami is the 3 biggest markets on the planet. New York, LA, and Miami are the 3 sexiest and the 3 biggest markets on the planet. Then you got Atlanta, Chicago, and Philly, and Seattle. Past that, Seattle don't even got a basketball team. So past that, a lot of these, most NBA teams, even ones that are in big cities, are not a big market team. They're not. Chicago Bulls won a big market team before Jordan made them a big market team. And I don't even know if they're a big market team right now, because guess what? Free agents ain't running to go play in Chicago. They go to LA, Miami, Brooklyn, and Golden State's a big market now. But is every California team a big market? Sacramento? No. Small market. A lot of small market teams will never get big free agent signings. So, you always got to draft right. Draft your core 2 or 3 players, and then you got to come and trade assets for vets that are gonna role players that are gonna help assist you get over the hump and get to that championship level. Once again, I want to thank y'all for tuning in. It's Triple P Paul Pickett Podcast. Don't forget the video version goes to YouTube. Hit the click now button in the right hand corner if you're watching on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. Hit that follow. The audio version goes to Spotify, Apple, Deezer, Amazon, Slacker, TuneIn Radio, and iHeart. And you can Google Paul Pickett Podcast as well, and dozens of platforms will pop up. Don't forget to check out my online marketing company, promopalace.biz. If you need online marketing promotions for your brand or for your music, that's promopalace.biz. Also, check out newlitter.com. That's the New Litter apparel. New Litter, NEWLITTER.com. For all you animal and dog lovers, we got t-shirts and hoodies and other clothing with dog based with dog designs, just different dogs, pits and small dogs and big dogs, bulldogs, little dogs, whatever. Also, don't forget to check out the dizzlebrand.com. Let me stand up, show you the t-shirt. Dizzle, as you see, the Dizzle for shizzle. For shizzle, we sipping on that Dizzle. And the dizzlebrand.com, based out of California. My man Chris Roker and his guy Mike Dizzle and his other guy trying to get this Dizzle brand, help him get the Dizzle brand off the ground. Check out the website, follow them on social media. They got recipes of different drinks you can make with the Dizzle brand. And Dizzle brand coming soon to a club and a ABC store near you. Thank you for tuning in. This was NBA Finals Game 2, episode 33. We 33 deep into this. We're going to keep trying to pump them out. We're pumping out podcasts every other day, vlogs every other day, so pretty much we're going to be doing a vlog or a podcast almost every day of the week, except maybe like Sundays. Sundays is like, the chill day. Everybody gets lazy and relaxes and watches movies and whatnot, Once again, I'm Paul Pickett. This is the Paul Pickett Podcast, Triple P, where we bring nothing but NBA, NFL, sports news, and we'll dab a little bit of, other sports here and there, depending on how big the topic is and how big the headline is. Thank you for tuning in, and I'm out.